While they're taking 10 minutes and they have to deal with an issue, this gives me a great opportunity to introduce and discuss things that have happened with my guests today, and you know them both well. First, Neama Rahmani, you have been covering this trial with me from the beginning, and the last trial we did with a name that I could never pronounce. All right, welcome back. Okay, so Neama, now that your question has been usurped, let's go to another discussion we can have. All right, again, Mr. Nelson, who, by the way, is forming, I think, a bond with the jury in terms of they may hate his client or they may like him or whatever. But he is, he's there working every single day on behalf of his client. And jurors do like that, no matter what the situation. But he said there was a lot of noise and commotion in cross-examining this witness, the Nicole McKenzie, and an officer could misinterpret it, right? Now, does that come across that indeed the defense or Derek Chauvin is blaming the death of George Floyd on the bystanders, four of whom were children?
No question that's one of Nelson's defenses here, the angry mob defense. We didn't see any of that during jury selection. We thought he was going to go down the drug route or the heart disease route or both. Seems like it's primarily drug. But almost every law enforcement witness on the stand, Nelson's cross-examination has focused on this angry mob and the fact that Chauvin was unable to render aid and release the pressure because of this mob. So he's really going all in on this defense. And I really think that he has to, Linda, because again, this isn't a case where an officer made a split-second decision to pull the trigger. He applied that pressure for more than 9 minutes, including several minutes after Floyd was already responsive.
And I can hear the prosecutor's summation saying that, quote, angry mob was telling him to get his knee off George Floyd's neck because he was dying. Neama Rahmani, there was also witnesses of the prior witness, Nicole McKenzie, who was the medical coordinator, and she administers the Narcan program for opioid overdose at the MPD. She was asked something about EMTs, about load and go, and when would an EMT do a load and go, which means kind of scoop someone up and take them right to the hospital instead of giving, let's say, medical treatment at the scene. Why is she allowed to answer about what the EMTs would do when the EMTs already testified?
Well, again, we're not going to Floyd's intent here. And in this specific case, when the EMTs picked up Floyd, they actually moved him to a location where they tried to render aid. And at least from the defense's perspective, that's relevant. That goes to that angry mob theory that even the EMTs thought it was unsafe or inappropriate to render aid, either because of the bystanders or because of traffic in that area. So I think it is fair game for cross-examination. It's clearly the defense theory of the case that Chauvin chose not to render aid.
We're going to take a break while he continues to give his credentialing, and we'll be right back when we get into the meat of the testimony. Stay tuned.